Okay.
All right, I'll start it over here.
Got it. There's no title to this thing yet.
Not yet.
Not
We'll figure
yet.
it out.
We will
We'll
figure
figure it
it
out in
out.
post.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm Otaku Jedi. This is
Star Wars lawyer.
and we just watched Gurren Lagann for the first time ever. And when did it come? It was like a '90s anime, right? Or early two.
2007,
Okay, I was gonna say or 2000s.
almost 20 years ago.
God damn. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe when my students call me an unk, they're actually right. Um, so yeah, I I guess let's start out with what we generally thought about it, like what we thought overall.
I mean, I enjoyed it. It had some gorgeous visuals. Some of the fights were just had some fantastic animation. The voice acting was good. It had a lot of voice actors that I like now.
Same.
Obviously, 20 years ago may have been earlier in their careers for some of them, like Yuri Lowenthal. Spider Man in the current Spider Man PlayStation games. You have various members of Critical Role, Laura Bailey, Sam Riegel, Liam O'Brien, that are in here. So it was nice to be like, oh, I recognize those voices.
Wait, you watched it in English?
I watched it in both.
Oh, okay, because um I watched it in just Japanese. And it was interesting because like there were so many voice actors that I recognized from other animes.
Yeah.
So that's actually really interesting.
But see, because the way it was set up, because I watched it through Hulu on Disney Plus, and so you know how normally they will give you
Oh,
dub
and then a
or
sub
click
right
here
next
for
to it.
sub,
Yeah.
or it just did one. So when I was like, wait, I just watched this episode. Now it's just in English now. So I was like, you know what? Screw it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That makes a lot more sense. Cause it was funny because I was working on a puzzle while I was doing it, and I was like, "Fuck! I really wish that this were in English because then that way, I could actually just like watch it and listen and focus on the puzzle as well." Um, but I just found it on Crunchyroll and they didn't have it in English, so I was like, "Oh, okay." But there were so many voice actors that I was like, "I know this voice. Why do I know this voice?"
Hmm.
No, that's interesting. But yeah, I agree. I really liked it as well. I thought it was I thought it was really, really, really well done. Um,
Also, Steve Bloom was Liron Littner.
oh, okay. I was like Liren.
I was
Um,
like, wait, I gotta remember I said Littner.
wait, who was Simon's voice actor then?
Yuri Lowenthal.
Oh, snap. Okay, so
Yeah,
they
and they call him Simo, which I was like,
oh
"Mm,
well,
okay,
well, okay. I mean, in Japanese it is Simon. In Spanish it's
yeah,
Simon as well. So
yeah," but I don't know. I don't know. It was just the way they said it in the English dub that I
it
was just like,
probably also sounded a little,
it sounded a little. I was like,
yeah.
okay. After
Hmm.
the first episode, I was like, all right, I'm over it.
um, I actually really liked it a lot. I thought that it was really well done. I liked the messaging behind it. Like to me, I mean, I guess what to me stood out the most was definitely uh don't give up. No matter
Hmm.
what happens, no matter what life throws at you, like pushing forward and persevering and just, you know, not giving up will get you to where you need to be.
Yeah. And I did look after I watched. I was like, what does the internet think about this? Because I've heard that like people really like it or they consider it a classic or whatever. So I'm like, let me go find the negative opinions. Let me see why they
Oh,
don't like
I
it.
didn't think about doing that. Okay. What did
Yeah.
the negative internet say?
So some people didn't like it, and spoiler warnings, even though the show's almost 20 years old. Some people hated that Kamina died, which I'm
Yes.
like,
Uh,
I expected him to, maybe not necessarily in the way that he did, but I did expect him to because it's kind of part of the hero's journey that Simone is going on,
yeah.
and then it brings into that beautiful theme of dealing with grief and believing in yourself, since Kamina told Simone, like, believe in me, like I believe in you, like I believe in you,
Which is a
versus now
great
you got to
line.
believe in yourself.
So they didn't like it because he died?
Yeah, and then there is also they felt like it was too complex in its simplicity, but then also like the whole spiral energy drills that pierce the heavens, giant mechas, what's going on? I'm like, it's an anime, dog.
Uh,
That's what's going on. It's an
First
anime.
and foremost, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Um no, I mean
Like I'm sorry. Like, your wings are a little bit too crispy. Your fries are a little bit too seasoned. Like, what are we talking about here? Giant mechas that are the size of a galaxy. Why wouldn't you eat that up? Like,
yeah.
what are we doing here?
Um yeah, like why, what would be the negative about that? Like also what were you expecting?
Yeah.
Right? Like although I will say that the one thing that nothing really turned me off about it. It did at some point seem a little repetitive. Like, obviously Simon's Lagan was just gonna like clip on to everything and then just like take it over and whatnot. Um, I will say that I liked the way they kind of broke everything up because at first I was like, okay, he died 6 episodes in or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then where are they going to go with this? Right? Like, what are they going to do? And and then out of nowhere, this new like thing happened with Nia,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, okay, this is interesting. And then when they took out her dad, spoilers, when they took out
Yeah.
her dad, I was like, okay, where are they going to go with this now?
Mm-hmm.
And then they totally threw like a left curve, and I was like, oh, okay, all right. I like now this is impending doom.
Yeah. We're the apocalypse is coming.
Right? And it was totally out of like left field because when he
Mm-hmm.
said that, he's like, once you guys get to 1 million people, the moon. And I was like, whatever, that's some kind of like folklore. It can't actually
Yeah.
happen. And then out of nowhere, it was just like, no.
Oh no, he was right. He
Yeah,
he wasn't lying.
he absolutely was. Um, yeah, no, I liked it. And I know that it has like a cult following. Like I know that people think
Mm-hmm.
that it's like top tier. I wouldn't say it's like something that I like. I wouldn't hold it up there with for me like Full Metal,
Mm-hmm.
story wise, One Piece, like Cowboy Bebop, like
Mm-hmm.
space and whatnot. But I did like it. I loved the idea of like it sort of also gave me Gundam Wing vibes,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like going out into space and the way that they fought.
Yeah.
I'd have to say probably the only thing that I really disliked was the unnecessary fan service.
Yeah. Yeah, let's talk about that.
Okay, yeah,
Let's
let's talk
talk
about
about that
that.
because I think so when Yoko appeared,
Thank you.
I paused. I was like, this is giving a teenager.
Yep.
And I look at Simone and think like, okay, he could be anywhere from like 10 to 13, maybe even 14. And Kamina is honestly kind of giving like 18 plus.
Right?
And so she gets on screen and he's immediately like, wow, surface girls are built like that. And I'm like, and then I look it up and I think she's like 14. And I'm like, hey, Hey, come on now.
Now I'm gonna look it up. I'm trying to see how old this freaking child is. She's 14 in the
Yeah,
first year. In the first year, she's 14, and Kamina
I don't know if we
is.
got an age for him.
I don't think we did, but he's clearly he's giving like early college, like I can't drink legally in the U.S. yet age.
Y- Yeah,
He was clearly an adult.
yeah. And then once he found out she was from underground, he was just like, "All right, well, what's up with Thunder Thighs over here?" I'm like, "Dog, come on, man."
So that's probably my that's probably my only gripe with it, like the unnecessary fan service. Like there was a moment where, and I know that it happened a lot with Yoko, but there was a moment where I don't remember who it was, but one of the triplets or one of the siblings was in one of the mechs, and it accidentally like moved her or something, and automatically there was motion that didn't
Yep,
need to be there, right?
yep.
I was like, okay, I get it. I understand, but like that's not something that like you had to be. You didn't have to spend time animating that,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, but yes, Yoko was a number one fan service girl. I did like her character actually. Like in the end,
Yeah,
her character was pretty rad.
yeah. I also found it interesting because, like, I felt it was pretty clear that obviously Simone had a crush on her,
Yep.
and then there was like a little bit of reciprocation there, and then she's kind of like, nah, and then she kisses Kamina, and I'm like, okay, and then Kamina dies, and I'm like,
Is this
y'all putting me all over the place with
is this
this.
love triangle gonna happen or like
Well,
what's
clearly not
it?
now.
It did not. It was it.
Also, I thought he lived. I thought I thought
Me
he like
too.
I thought he was good because he was like, yeah, he pushed himself through, and I'm like, all right then, all
That's
right,
what
I
I
see you.
same.
And then, and I'm like, oh,
I know the episode ended like that, or I think the next one started like that. I think it
it
started
it
like that.
so it ended with Simone saying like they took something away that could never be given back, and I'm like, oh, so he dead.
Yeah, he was not coming back. Um, no, that it didn't hit, but like his grief, you were like, damn, dude, like it really affected him. And it's funny because like because of that, um, Keaton, I hated him at first. I was like, dude, this guy is so goddamn annoying. And then at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the series, I was like, he's the man.
He had a really good arc.
He had a great arc. Um, I love how he went out at the end. I'm a big
Mm-hmm.
fan of how he literally just said to him, uh, or how like when he was about to get crushed, he was like, "Oh, so this is what that energy is like." Damn,
Mm-hmm.
I admire you
Yeah.
because he doesn't admire anybody. He thinks he's the best at everything, and for him to say something like that, I was just like, "Damn, that's really good." Um, he was a great character. I also liked Viral. I don't know if they said it. I mean, in English, if they called him Viral, but the
Uh
Beast Man. That like,
yes, that was Sam Riegel's character from Critical Role for
oh
my
damn,
critters
that
out
was
there.
whose voice actor that is in Japanese? Did you
Hmm.
ever watch Bleach?
Yeah.
Do you know Ikaku, the bald dude? That's his
Oh,
voice actor.
that's a good choice.
I know. I was like, why do I understand like I hear the proper amount of screaming and like why do I know this? And bam, there he was. I was like, no freaking way. I really liked his character too. I liked how he started off obviously as a beast man, right?
Hmm.
But he was blind to the fact that like you both inhabit the earth. And obviously he was like brainwashed by the Spiral King, whose name I don't even know how to say in English. It was
Spiral King.
yeah, Spiral King, but isn't it like
Yeah.
Lord Genome or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like one word. So I was like, Lord Genome?
Yeah, Lord Genome. um so yeah, he was obviously brainwashed by the Spiral King and whatnot. But I loved his arc as well. I loved how he, after the time skip, he was defending humans
Mm-hmm.
that lived underground, right? Who didn't want to be on the surface.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he was like somebody who was there for humanity, and he'll never die because his body
Hmm.
can't.
Right.
So he'll be there for forever, holding true to everything that they hold. How do we feel about Simon?
You know, I liked his character. I knew it was going to take a little bit get used to because I'm like, you gotta you gotta shape up at some point as the protagonist, and you got to think like a lot of the shonen protagonists are, even if they are not the most talented or whatever, they generally have the confidence in themselves,
Yeah,
you know. But Simone is kind of like Deku in that way, where like he does have some belief in himself, but it's Simone's is definitely like less than Deku, because Deku's like, I may not be good at this, but I can do this, where Simone's like gotta be talked up,
yeah.
you know.
It was interesting when Kamina fucking decked him in the face
Mm-hmm.
and was like, "You need to pull your crap together." And it's just like you said, right? Like I believe in you, and I need you to believe in me that believes in you. That's a
Yeah.
fantastic line, and I love that it came. Like I agree with you. His character is kind of like meh, and then he meets Nia, and like even after he meets Nia, he was the first one to run out. It's interesting that you
Mm.
like compare him to Deku because he does kind of give that Deku vibe. But I love when he stopped Roishi
Mm-hmm.
from offing himself,
Yeah.
and he punched him in the face the same way Kamina did. And he even
Mm-hmm.
said, this had to happen to me too. So stand up
Yeah.
and get your crap together." And speaking of Roishi, what do we think about him? Because I fucking hated him at first.
Yeah, this show did a lot of good of like, I'm going to give you a character you hate, but
Yes.
then you're going to like him. You're
Yes.
going to love him. You're going to get attached.
Yep. It did a very good job because at first I was like, okay, he's trying to better himself. He got out of that culty religion. Like,
Mm-hmm.
all right, he's doing great. And then as soon as the time skip happened, I was like, I don't like you. I feel like there's something
Mm-hmm.
off about you. And sure enough, with the coup and all this crap, and I was like, yeah, I really don't like you. But then,
Yeah.
same thing. He like, how are you gonna? This dude saved humanity, and you're gonna be like, nah, I'm gonna sentence
Mm-hmm.
you to death because I don't like the way you're doing things.
Right.
And I don't
It's
know.
like you're setting yourself up for failure. Like I I don't know it, but I think that was also part of, they told a story in one season that could have easily been two or three.
Yeah.
Now, fortunately, they don't do what the first season of what's that anime called? The Now I can't even think of the genre. Um and now I'm blanking on the character names. God.
Give me a
Uh
description of what it's about, or like just the care.
uh um shit. Video game, everybody gets trapped in a video game. If
Oh,
they die
Sword
in
Art
there, they die
Online.
in real life. Thank you, Sword Art
You're welcome.
Online. Yes, and Kirito, there it is. Now
Yep.
everything's coming back. Asuna, all right, cool. Yeah, no, where the first season of Sword Art Online had this great starting point, great
Amazing.
middle, and then the ending of at least the first Sword Art Online campaign, it was just like, and done.
Yep.
This fortunately didn't do that.
Thank
The
God.
first half developed well, and then time skip. Second half developed well. Now you could have done the first half into 2 seasons
Mm-hmm.
or a whole season in and of itself. Same thing with the second half. You didn't have to, but you could,
Mm-hmm.
and the story would have been better for it.
But they didn't.
But
They
they didn't. They had a self-contained story, and the only real issue I like a happy ending sometimes, and I know this is technically a happy ending, but like see why you had to take Nia away from Simone, right? Like
right.
they could have been together, and he's talking about like, oh, if we bring everybody that came back and invalidates their sacrifice. No, it doesn't. Like we don't need to play God. Do it once. Just bring him back.
I know.
That's all you gotta do is
Give
once.
yourself
It was a
something.
war. Yeah. And then you're just like, I'm just gonna go walk the world. What?
But not even that. He married her,
Yeah.
and she disappeared right there.
Yeah. And he's like, I knew that would happen. I'm like,
We didn't.
come on. I'm like, you can't have nothing.
He lost his blood brother. He lost his first girl interest, and now
He
he
lost his
lost his
wife.
wife. He also lost his friends. He also
Yeah.
lost his Mecca.
Mm-hmm.
He lost everything, and then he's just walking the world.
Right. And one of those, apparently, he could have prevented.
I know, and they even said you can do that, and he was like, "Nah, I'm good. I, I got the kiss I wanted. I got the my happy ending. I'm all set now."
Yeah. No.
I will say though that because of that, he is a superior protagonist because he's kind of like think you've seen Full Metal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like think of Ed and Al as kids. They were like,
Mm-hmm.
"No, we got this. We can bring her back." He didn't want to like step into that realm of God, which is what the anti-spiral were basically,
Yeah.
right? They were trying to control things where he's like, "Nah, we'd pretty much go down the same path if I did that."
Be like, I get it. But also, if you like stepped away from everything, you're just like, I'm just gonna bring her back and we just gonna walk the world together. Cool.
True.
Cool. I mean, I'm not saying he's wrong, but
But
I'm not saying that's what I would have done.
and you're right, because what he could have done hypothetically was not tell anybody. Be like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it would have been cool if that end scene that they had showed up and he's talking to that little kid, right? And then Nia just kind of puts his hand on his shoulder and was like, "All right, let's go." And he's like, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay." Right? Like that would have been sick.
Yeah. But it's still good.
It's still good.
Still
It's
real
still
good.
it was very good. I didn't dislike it. I did get lost a lot on the science behind it all.
Yeah, there was a one scene it was talking about, oh, where is it? Hold on, I gotta look for this real quick. Because I thought it was funny. It was where Leroy is trying to explain how teleportation works, and everybody's like, "What?" And then he's like, "It's the power of love," and then everybody's like, "Oh,
Oh, yeah, that because it's true.
yeah."
Like even
At that
even
point, I was just like, "All right, I do not care about the science of this."
yeah,
They don't. They clearly don't.
when the Spiral King, when he was that head and he was trying to explain things, I'm like, dude, I first of all, I can't read this fast enough because there's too much, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had to like pause it, which is fine. Like I read pretty quickly, but for me to like sit there and be like, oh crap, I cannot keep up with this. I had to like go back because the science it was too much. They're talking about 11th and 12th dimensions, and I'm like, that is that even a thing? Like,
my 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 head went to two places, both saying the same thing. The Stephen A. Smith clip, "We don't care,"
yeah,
but also Tommy Lee Jones from The Fugitive, "I don't
I
care."
don't care. But you're right though, because like at some point they needed to give it to the viewer, and I love the way that they did that. It's just like you said, like they even showed that they didn't understand. Only like this ridiculously high intellect person Understood. Actually, as we're talking about Leroy, um, there's one gripe that I have with this show, and it just
Hmm.
popped into my head. You're gonna tell me that they came from underground and there was nothing in the world, right, on the surface, and
Hmm.
in 7 years,
Yeah.
7 years they managed to do that?
I mean, it's not as egregious as After Earth, that terrible movie with Will Smith and Jaden Smith, where they said in 1,000 years everything evolved to kill humans, even though humans hadn't been on the planet for like centuries. So how does something evolve to kill something that's not there?
True. True.
But that, and then there's the what's the anime where everybody gets turned into statues?
Dr. Stone.
Yes, I have not actually watched that. I have just heard about it,
It is really good.
and that's what I heard. But I also like heard, I guess at some point it's something similar where they do away with the whatever called the petrification of
Yep.
everybody, and then society really advances, and it's just like I can see that in a fantastical kind of way.
Yeah.
Whereas, we also are big fans of Star Wars, and over the course of hundreds of years, not much has changed.
True. True.
So,
True.
six in
Um,
one hand, half a dozen in the other.
you should watch Doctor Stone. It's actually really good. We can talk about that afterwards. But yeah, also if you haven't watched Doctor Stone, you guys should watch Doctor Stone. It's really good. Um, yeah, no, no, no. But I just, I think, you had mentioned that like all of the people saying negative things about Gurren Lagann is like, there's mechas, there's this, I don't know what's going on. I guess like in my brain, I'm thinking, how can they have advanced in 7 years? But again, it's an anime. It's based in fantasy. Like it's not based in reality.
Yeah.
And they use the spiral power, which what do you think? What is your definition of the spiral power? Like, how did you view it?
Uh, well, I didn't really conceptualize it as much until like it was like the last episode before Simone walks away, and he's just like, I drilled a path, but that doesn't mean I'll be the one that walk it. It'll be someone to come back after me. And I was just like, that is a dope line that ties all of this together. Perfect. And that's kind of how I see it now. Like, it's not, obviously it's this very much this physical metaphysical thing in the universe, but it's very much just like you will, whatever your spiral energy is, you'll use it to blaze a path to try and make a better world for the people that come behind you, even if you aren't going to be the one that experiences the better world yourself.
That's dope as fuck. I didn't even think about that. I thought
Yeah, and
about it.
it's
Go ahead.
no, no, yeah, it's also like very Moses esque, that kind of, like I can lead you to the promised land, and I'm not going in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you're right. See, it's interesting you said that because I didn't look at it like that. I just looked at it as like it is the one thing that like keeps us going as human beings is just the hope, right? The hope
Mhm.
that like we can do this, like we will do this. Will like, and that's it, like they kept saying that Simone has this power of claiming victory in like the darkest moments at like minutes away from like losing. He just pops out of nowhere and wins, right? And why? Because
Mhm.
of the spiral power. But what is the spiral power? And Viral even said that. He said like, I can't help you with this because I
Yeah.
don't have that innate ability to do that. And then it kind of made me think. I was like, is it the fact that we can reproduce, right? And we keep our lineages going, whereas like he couldn't do that because he couldn't reproduce. Like they were just clones.
Yeah.
But I like yours. Yours way better, way better. Yeah, that I mean, there were a lot of dope lines in that whole thing. One of my favorite
Mhm.
lines is like, "Who the hell do you think I am?" Right? Like I loved how not, and it wasn't like a sense of cockiness. It was a sense of like we believe in like I believe in myself. I believe that I can do this no matter what it is. Like I know that I
Hmm.
can do this. And there was that line when they when they all combined into like the biggest universal mecha, right? And they all said, "Who the hell do you think we are?" And it was to me it was chilling because it was like, God damn, like they really really they nailed it on that. Cuz and it's all because of Kamina, because that was
Yeah.
his original like thought. And I do
Hmm.
remember Kitan saying to Yoko, "My words, no, I really wish that he were here because his words inspire people to their core."
Hmm.
And actually thinking about what you just said, it's interesting because the whole show starts off because Simon is drilling. It's just him
Yeah.
drilling a path to get to something,
Hmm.
which is what. Damn, you know what? Maybe this is a lot better than I thought it was. It is. It is. It was really good though. I liked the
Yeah.
action. The comedy was great. Everything was just like put into place. Everything flowed very well, and you said that it could have been linked it out into multiple seasons, but I don't feel like it was rushed. Like
Yeah.
nothing really felt rushed. So I've said things that I didn't like. What else didn't you like about it?
Um, I do think, and I did look into this, and I don't know how accurate this was because it's just people talking on Reddit. You do notice after like episode 4 or 5, I think the animation quality drops for a little bit, and then it picks back up. Apparently, that was a budgetary thing until the show got like popular. I don't know how true that is, but that could have been a little distracting. Not like too much. It's not like we went from Gear 5 animation back to
So
episode like
yeah,
5 of One Piece, that kind of thing. It wasn't that jarring,
yeah,
but it was definitely something to notice. And then I can't say there wasn't much more that I didn't like. I would have liked more, as they lengthened things, but I can't complain with what we got.
yeah. Um, it's funny. I didn't really think too much about the animation because like
Hmm.
I saw it and I was like, oh, this is a timepiece. Like you can tell exactly what era of anime this is from. So I wasn't
Hmm.
expecting like, Free Ren or Jujutsu Kaisen or even like One Piece, like currently animation.
Yeah.
I was expecting like that kind of animation. So nothing really seemed off to me. But yeah, I mean, I didn't really there wasn't many things that I actually disliked at all.
Hmm.
The one thing I don't understand is, and maybe you can clarify, is the Spiral King was human, correct?
At some point, I believe, yeah.
Okay, so
I don't know if he still was by the end. He
because
didn't. He kind of looked it, but also was not.
yeah, and then so Nia was born, not made.
Yeah, yeah. Because we know the Spiral King was born on Earth, and I guess we don't we know he was a part of like the previous human civilization, but then like did he get transformed, or like when the anti-spirals came, like did they transform him, or or was it just he genetically engineered himself into what he became?
Yeah, because they said that he lived for like 1,000 years.
Right.
So if that's the case, then I don't know. But yeah, that I think that was the only thing that really like confused me because the anti-spiral said about Nia, it's just a coincidence that you were born. You were originally supposed to be like our like middleman to see
Yeah,
what
the
happens.
messenger.
Yeah, thank you, the messenger. But like it's just interesting because how could she have been born, but then also been this? Was she born from like a woman that was made by the spiral? You see, like that's the only thing that confuses me. Other than that,
Yeah, because he found her when Simone found her was with caskets of the Spiral King's past kids.
yeah,
So it was like, is this a Guardians of the Galaxy 2 situation where he's just impregnating random women just to see if it's going to be
if it'll take,
the
yeah,
yeah, or did he just literally just like pull them out of his own essence kind of thing?
yeah. So I don't know that I think that's aside from obviously the science of like, and I don't know if the science is actually factual, um, but aside from that, it was very straightforward. Um,
Yeah.
they had a lot of messages in the whole thing. Like, I mean, I looked it up and it was like believing in oneself. Obviously, that's like the message of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Evolution and growth was one that I saw, and I was like, okay, you know,
Hmm.
obviously the evolution you could see them, but you can also think of like the evolution of surpassing, like you said, like what Simone said, I'm drilling a path for for a better life for everyone else, and that's kind of what he did, and it's
Hmm.
interesting because like you could look at it as evolution like that, but it's also growth. Um, defying authority and conformity, I can kind of see it. I mean, especially with the anti-spiral.
Yeah. I mean, in the first episode, yes,
Yep.
for sure. But then after that, it's kind of like, is the Spiral King an authority over them? Yes, but not really.
Yeah.
And then the anti spirals is also the sort of the same thing. It's also a yes, but not really.
Yeah. They're just trying to like essentially they're just trying to maintain order.
Yeah. But outside of, like you're reaching a million population, you were able to pretty much self govern. So it's like it is a kind of authority, but only in the sense that they're not really an authority over you. They're an invading force.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Um cuz they I mean they were. And also, it's interesting that the earthquakes were basically just the mechas falling from like the die mechas.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just thought it was very interesting how they tied everything together. Um, they did a great job. They did a fantastic
Hmm.
job. I also thought that
Wrapped everything up.
yeah, they did. They wrapped everything up perfectly. I also thought that Roishi was gonna become like the priest and sacrifice. He was going to, right? Wasn't he gonna sacrifice a whole bunch of people?
I thought so.
That's what I thought too. But then like he had to launch because the time like jumped a couple of
Hmm.
days, and then they were like, oh, in a couple of hours it'll be like done.
Yeah. Although I will say, kind of a buzzkill from time to time.
Oh, him? No question.
Yeah.
No question. Everyone's having a good time, and then he just comes in and he's like, no, you got to do this.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess someone in that kind of position has to have a like a good head on their shoulders because I mean, who you saw the board? The board of directors was basically all of the people who were just fighting in gunmen's.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like it could have been anything else. He had to be the only one. But you're right. He was mostly a buzzkill, and he wasn't like that when he was a kid. He was very like chill and just kind of like jovial. But I guess he did grow up in a weird religion.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, other than that, I have nothing but good things to say about it.
Yeah. Everybody should watch it.
Yes, everybody should watch it. If you haven't, it's on Netflix. It's on Hulu. No, it's not on Netflix. I'm sorry. It's on Crunchyroll, but it's also on Hulu. And I just found out that it's in English. So
Yeah.
if you want to watch it in English, you can watch it in English. What should we watch next?
Well, even though I technically have seen this, I have not seen it in a number of years, so I only remember very little. But there was and this I brought this up because you said Gundam Wing earlier.
Oh,
There
okay.
was a 3-season Gundam anime and manga named Mobile Fighter G Gundam.
Okay. 3 seasons?
Uh,
This is supposed to be our anime club where it's only 12 to 24.
well, what's 49 but 24 times 2 and some change?
Okay. Okay. When
Uh,
did it air?
in the US, it aired in 2002,
Oh, damn.
but it was
Okay.
made in Japan in the mid 90s. It's
Okay.
about as old as I am.
Yeah.
Actually, it's slightly older, technically.
Okay, so it's probably about as old as I am. I'm probably
No.
older than it is.
Oh, yeah, you're older than it. It's like only a couple months older than me.
Okay. Okay. Mobile, what was it?
Mobile Fighter G Gundam.
Where can I find
I
it?
have no idea if it's actually good. I just remember giant robots fighting, and I was a kid. I was 8,
Mobile Fighter G Gundam. It was
and
in.
I remember different references from it.
Wait, it's only one season.
Is it?
Yeah, Mobile Fighter G Gundam. Okay, let's see. How many episodes is this guy?
I'm pretty sure it's like 49 or 50 episodes. I thought it was 3 seasons. I could be wrong.
Show. Okay, I can watch it on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, I think it's only on Crunchyroll.
Let's see. Mobile Fighter G Gundam. 49 episodes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have 2 weeks to watch it. What is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do once every 2 weeks. We're going to uh, recommend an anime, or you guys can recommend an anime. It shouldn't be more than 24 to 30 episodes, but we're gonna go with this one. Um,
I mean, we can split it in half
no, 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 no.
so
We
we
should.
don't have to overload ourselves with for
You're
50
right. You're
episodes.
right. You're right. Okay. Maybe is there a time skip? Is there a good time to stop?
I will find out. Like I said, I don't remember much about it. I remember Shining Finger, and you'll understand that probably after the first episode, I would imagine.
Okay. Yeah. The images are definitely giving 90s animation.
Yeah, I also do not remember any fan service in this. I'm not saying there wasn't, but I don't remember fan service because I feel like if I was watching this in fan service and that would have been the point, my mom or dad would have walked through the den or
Of course,
something or
because that's
past
exactly
TV
how it
would have been
works.
like, "What are you watching?"
Yep.
So I feel like that isn't in there.
We're also adults now, so
Yeah, but
uh,
yeah, but also, it's like, like your dad, I'm an uncle. Like
yeah, yeah. You're right. You're
these,
right.
we feel differently about
You
these
you know
things.
what? You're absolutely right because now I'm like, ooh, I don't know that I like even when we watch Sailor Moon now, like so my daughter watches Sailor Moon and Tuxedo Masks, he's supposed to be in college and Usagi's like 14 years old and I'm like, what is happening? You know?
Yeah, that is true, isn't it?
Yeah, I have to like course it to be because she can read, obviously. She's 8 and
Yeah,
we watch it. No, we watch it in English and she's like, "Wait, is he in college?" I'm like, "No, maybe he's in high school." And he just looks old.
yeah.
So yeah. All right. So yeah, we'll stick with the mecha genre, and we'll do Mobile Fighter G Gundam. I don't. It's funny because Gundam Wing is the only Gundam that I've ever watched.
I think this might be the only Gundam I've actually ever watched.
Okay, Gundam Wing was top tier, and it was only like 20 something episodes. I don't remember anything about it, but it was top tier. All right, yeah, we'll start with that. I'll start an episode probably tonight or tomorrow.
Bet.
I have a lot of seasonals to catch up on, so. But yeah, so we will. This will be up on YouTube, and then we'll just put it on our social medias, and then we will figure out when the next time we're gonna stream this next one is.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thanks guys for watching, and make sure to drop us a like, follow, all that jazz. Peace.
And may your heart be your guiding key.
Yes, may it drill to the path